Listen, you are not broke. The system is rigged. You need to know when your battle has gone from individualistic to systematic. You need to know when you're up against a system. You understand what I'm saying? Picture a young man that was wrongfully arrested by the police, and he goes to court, and the judge wrongfully convicts him to 30 years imprisonment, and is in the prison now. Now he has lost all his rights, so the prison enroll him in labor. Many people don't know that in some countries, prisoners do unpaid labor to make money for the company running the prison. The company running the prison is making millions off the labor of prisoners. Many people don't know. Some of the clothes you are wearing were made by prisoners. You understand? So now that young man that is driving on the road, if he recognized early that he's up against a system, not just a random policeman that is going to trap him and put him into the system, the rest of the chain. You understand? He may prepare to fight a system. For instance, plant extra cameras in his car and so on, plant some extra in his house, so that he can be able to defend himself against the system. That system is what is called the matrix. Many people have seen Nigerian TikTokers start talking about matrix again. If you have been following me for 2-3 years now, you would have already known this. You understand? I'll give you another example, right? So many of you think that you don't have money. You are doing everything well, but there's no money. The problem is the system. The system is rigged so that you will not have money. Let me give you a good example. A primary school teacher in Africa, a teacher that is teaching primary school, elementary school, whatever you guys call it. There is nothing she can do in life inside that elementary system or primary school system for her to have a financial breakthrough. There's nothing, zero. The system has been designed in such a way that she inside there, she's financially trapped. She can love her job, which is passion. She can be, hardworking. You understand? She can cover everything she needs to do. She can be the best teacher. She can understand the subject very well. She can be an excellent communicator. However, all the qualities of wealth that you describe, she can have it, but she can never have financial breakthrough, because the way the system is designed, there is not enough money to get into the hands of such people. You understand? So you will see her having problems like with the school principal. They owed us this month, they didn't pay us, they don't want to increase our salary, and that the principal is wicked. She would think she's having problem with the principal of the school, the owner of the school. No. If she watches this kind of video and realizes that she's up against a whole system that has been designed, sometimes even before she was born, and the designers made sure that people in this particular industry can never make it in life, it shock you. You understand? If she realizes that she's up against a system, now she can do what I'm telling you now. Once you realize that you're up against a system, you start asking yourself, who are the designers of this system? So every system is designed, right? That's why it works. And it's designed by really smart people, okay? Who are the designers? Who came up with this system? Then you ask yourself, what did they have in mind to achieve by this system? A primary school churns out children who know enough to enter secondary school. It's the first level of education, something like that. Oh, okay. So why is it that people that are playing your role in that system, they don't want them to make beyond a certain amount of money? So when you start thinking from the designer's perspective, you will start understanding. And that's when you can start seeing the opportunities in that system, the loopholes in that system. When you start thinking from the perspective of the designers, the conveners of the system. Every system, everything that works was designed. Even relocation. If you want to relocate now to another country, it was designed. Somebody sat down and planned how a relocation process has to work. A banking system, political system. Some people think that the system is bad. They are snatching ballot boxes. Elections are always unpredictable. The election body is always announcing the wrong president. What the hell is wrong? Everything is scattered. It's not scattered, it's a design. It's a design. Once you start looking at it from the perspective of the guy that came up with this idea, this design, who are the guys that planted this system, that's when you start seeing the loopholes. That's when you start seeing the proper business opportunity. Like that primary school teacher, if she's not looking from a system perspective, if she's looking from a personal perspective, she may want to make extra money in the month by selling extra pencils. So she will buy pencils and try to sell it to the children, or mandate them to buy exercise books. She can never make money from that. The money will be very marginal. You understand? She may try to go and teach in 2 primary schools at the same time, or hold weekend lessons, so that she can top up her money. She can never have a financial breakthrough like that. Yes, it will give her extra money, but with extra work, but that money will not be significantly better than her salary. Sometimes it won't be up to her salary. You see, so she's fighting blind and incapacitated. But if you understand the concept of matrix, you now know that she has to pull back a little, right? And say, who created this system? Is there anything I can ever do within this system that will make me a lot of money? If the answer is no, then she's not supposed to be there. From primary school, you can look at, okay, there is no primary school teacher that is ever going to blow. If I want to blow, I can't be a primary school teacher. So she can start looking at things like, okay, what if I start my own online lessons for children in primary school? Maybe you can make billions. If you go online, there's this woman called Miss Rachel. She's worth $10 million a day because she took her classes online. You understand? So taking her classes online helped her break out of the system. She can also think of, okay, why don't I start my own school? Like, why don't I own the whole school? Then she goes around asking rich people in the community to contribute, that she wants to build her own school. They own part of it. And so on, right? These are ways to break out of the matrix legally. Okay? So, but the whole idea is knowing when you're up against a system versus up against a person. It's just like men that are fighting divorce. In some countries, the man is fighting his wife. The wife has taken him to court that she wants to break the marriage. And in his mind, the wife is the worst person in the world. Some men will take a gun, go to the house and just end the life of the wife and everybody. Everything just end. Because the man is thinking he's up against a woman, right? But think about it. The woman is taking advantage of a system. And what is that system? Who designed that system? The whole divorce system. Once you put head, you will now start seeing that there are lawyers that they have already trained in school for 6 years and they have been practicing. They are waiting for your marriage to break. Now they then go chop. Once your wife reach out and say, I don't understand what my husband is saying, they say, yeah, break up with him. They will now start giving her ideas. Why don't you this property, make sure that you get it. This one, make sure that you get it. Don't ever talk to him again. Blah, blah, blah. They start giving her ideas. She too, she will follow with the idea, not knowing that the lawyer is trying to cash out. You know, from lawyer to court, you might be surprised in that court, the lawyer and the judge know themselves. They have come to that court many times. They know each other. Then they drink after the whole judgment. They go outside for bar, go drink. You would say they won't help you. Your lawyer and your wife's lawyer, if you know themselves, they will be chatting on WhatsApp after this thing. They will be keeping each other updated, deciding what to do to make more money from both of you, behind you. Shock you. From lawyer to the judge, from judge to the police system that will enforce whatever the judge says. From police system to prison system, in case you know, there's an entire prison system waiting for you. From prison system, there is an entire financial system, banking system waiting to be deducting child support. There are child trainers that are waiting to even take the children from you. So at the end of the day, there's an entire system. It's not just that you're fighting your wife, but now you're fighting on a whole system. So if you pull back a little and start thinking, okay, this is me against the matrix. What do I do? How do I handle it? If you can know on time, you'll see that you'll be better prepared for that situation, and divorce may never even happen. You understand? Divorce may never even happen. For instance, if you never took your wife to that country, she may never have used the system in that country to try to break the marriage. Because you understand so much that there's already a system there. So always realize when you are